Welcome back to the Frugal Granny channel, and as you can see, it's a very rainy day. It's Friday. I've just got back from a little trip to IKEA to just have a look round at the bedroom furniture and to see if I could get a few replacements for bits of crockery that I've dropped and broken, or that has broken somehow or other over the last year. And I'm going to show you the footage that I took while I was in IKEA. I didn't look at absolutely everything, but I'll show you some of the things that caught my eye and we'll have a little talk about them. And then at the end I'll show you what I bought, and obviously I'll show you the receipt. And I didn't spend a lot of money. I did not go over my monthly discretionary spending. This will have come out of my monthly discretionary spending, and I'm quite happy about that. So I'm going to cut now to my actual walk around the store, and then at the end I'll show you what I got and the receipt. I hope you enjoy coming around IKEA with me. Well, this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. I've decided to put subtitles on the clips because I actually cannot talk fast enough to keep up with the bite-sized nature of these clips. So you can listen to me and look at the clips at the same time. The reason I went to IKEA basically was because I've been going through my kitchen cupboards this week and sorting them out. I've been counting the things that I've got and making a note of things that are missing. And as a lot of my stuff does come from IKEA, I decided to go there to try and replace an espresso cup, a teacup and saucer that was missing, a coffee cup and saucer, a cereal bowl, a couple of pasta plates, and I wanted to get another noodle bowl for my son. Now, the reason that I've been going through the cupboards and stuff is basically because my son who lives with me is now planning to move out, and that's pretty imminent. And so I've been going through the cupboards, taking out the things that belong to him and putting them in a box on the sofa bed in the back room. And the reason I decided to get another noodle bowl is because he has one IKEA bowl that he uses for noodle soup type dishes, and I just thought that if he's moving in with his girlfriend, it might be an idea if they had two noodle bowls. So I just got him another one, which I'm going to put in the box with all his other bits that I'm fishing out of various cupboards. Now, because him moving out is pretty imminent, I also decided to go and have a look at bedroom furniture. I have offered for him to take any of the furniture that he wants that's in the room that he uses, because effectively it was bought for him by me when I downsized to this house 9 years ago, and he's had the use of it, and I just wanted to offer him the opportunity to say he would like to take that furniture with him if they both want that. Now, if that does happen, obviously I'm going to have to refurnish that room. So I just decided to have a look at some of the bedroom furniture to see what it would cost me to do that. Now, I'm very aware that in that bedroom there's not an awful lot of storage space for clothing, and so the reason I've been looking at sort of long, low, wide chests of drawers is because I was thinking, like this one here, that it would make a good TV stand, but at the same time the space underneath would be useful for clothing. Anyway, it may turn out from the conversations that I have had with my son that they don't particularly want the style of furniture that he's had in the room for the last 9 years, so it may turn out that he leaves it behind. But anyway, I just thought I would go and have a look at what was available and get a few prices in my head. I mean, it's not going to be cheap. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I mean, at the moment, I don't particularly think they want the furniture in that room, but when they themselves price up how much furniture is, they might change their minds. So I want to be mentally prepared for that. Anyway, you can see here I decided to stop at the cafeteria to treat myself, and when I saw how much that apple pie was and how much that carrot cake on the left was, I changed my mind very rapidly. How much is that cake? £3.50. But these things here, the giflet, I love those. And yeah, but anyway, yeah, so that's really why I went. Anyway, I'm down here in the marketplace now, and as I've just indicated, that gooseneck iPad holder that I bought would not fit over the handle of the IKEA trolley. It was such a shape that it wouldn't grip at all, so I ended up just holding the gooseneck in my left hand and filming as best I could. It was quite funny. I did get a few disconcerted looks, but I didn't say anything. I just pretended that I had the iPad there because I was taking notes on it and my shopping list was on it. I don't know if people thought I was filming or not, but anyway, I've edited everybody out, but it was quite quiet there this afternoon. Now I'm looking at these pans because the other weekend my son borrowed my Le Creuset casserole to cook for himself, his girlfriend, and some friends that they've got. And it just crossed my mind that if he'd borrowed my Le Creuset once, he probably hasn't, or he and his girlfriend haven't, between them, got a casserole dish that's big enough to feed 4 people or more. So I was thinking that, again, that might be something I would discuss with him, that they might want as a sort of housewarming present, but we'll see. Anyway, here I am looking at roasting pans. I really would like to swap my roasting pans for a set of these stainless steel pans. I've got some very lightweight roasting pans, and I've had them for a decade or so, and they're quite coated now with baked on roasting juices, I suppose, but I would like a stainless steel one because they are rather more non-reactive, and I just think that it would be a cleaner cooking experience if I had some, but I need to save up for them. It wasn't something, look, you see, I'm going back to them again. I really want that one with the rack. But yeah, I think it would be a cleaner cooking experience, and that would be a nice investment for my kitchen. But I asked myself, would I throw the old ones away? And I would feel absolutely torn to do that. So I don't really want to end up with 2 sets of roasting pans, so I've just left them at the moment. Anyway, here I am looking at a replacement for the cake plate that got broken the other week. It's quite a nice plate. It's a little bit wider than I would like, but it will do. And yep, I need a new cereal bowl because one of my 8 cereal bowls is broken. My cereal bowls are from John Lewis, but they've discontinued that range, and so I've been looking for something of the same sort of diameter and depth and shape, and these are the best that I can find, so I'll probably get one of those. And those are noodle bowls there that I got one of those noodle bowls. And also I've been looking for some small bowls to use for rice, nibbles, ice cream and berries, and here they are. I thought these would do, these little bowls for £1.50. So in the end I did pick up 8 of those, and I'm really happy with them because I've seen bowls that size in other shops and they're £2.50 as opposed to £1.50. So I do feel that these are a good deal, and I think they're going to be quite versatile. So there they are in the trolley along with the other things that I've picked up. So in there I've got the small bowls, a cereal bowl, the noodle bowl, the cake plate, a paper towel holder and a stirring fork. Here I am looking at the white porcelain. I do like white porcelain. When I was married, I had blue and white china, which I absolutely loved. It was the Copenhagen pattern, and I really loved it. But when I found myself suddenly single, I decided I wanted a change, and I went for white porcelain. And I actually gave the blue and white china to a couple at the church I was attending at the time, because their daughter liked that pattern and she was setting up homes, so I decided to give it to them, and they turned up the next day with a whole case of wine for me, which was very, very sweet of them. Yeah, okay, so there I am swapping the black plastic kitchen roll holder for a wooden one. I do prefer wood to black plastic. Yep, put the black plastic one back. Absolutely, put it back right now. There, well done. Yeah, okay, and here I am looking in vain for an espresso cup that matches the 3 that I've got at home. I found the coffee cup there and the saucer, which I picked up, but they do not have the matching teacup and saucer. I have looked online when I got home and found that there are no teacups and saucers in that series to be found in any IKEA in the UK. So I think they are actually discontinuing those, which is a great shame. I do love those big teacups and saucers. I looked at those white mugs down there in the bottom left and wondered if they would do, but I don't think it's time to replace them yet. And those are espresso cups. They're too thick compared to the ones that I've got at home. So again, I left those behind. You know, I'm desperately scanning here to see if they've got those teacups hidden anywhere or an alternative espresso cup, but they haven't. So I came home disappointed about those 2 things. Yeah, you can see the china is very thick. It's very, very thick, whereas the ones I've got at home, it's a lot thinner. Yeah, one final last-ditch look, and I even consider the thought of getting some glass espresso cups, but no, I'm not a great fan. Not a great fan at all. I must admit, I do think the marketplace in IKEA is one of my favourite places. And these things here, I didn't really know quite what they were, whether they're measuring spoons or not, but I thought they were quite fun. And the other thing I think is fun in IKEA is actually translating the names of the items. I think I mentioned before that I have a master's in advanced Scandinavian translation, which is a little bit of a weird thing to have a master's in, but it comes quite in handy when you're in IKEA and you just want to amuse yourself a little bit. I mean, that last item that I looked at, what was it? It was called river lamprey. I mean, do you know what a lamprey is? Like an eel with nasty teeth on the front that sort of latches onto other fish and sucks their blood. It's disgusting. Why would you call something that? I think somebody really was having a laugh. Here I am looking at the bed linen as well, in case my son decides he wants to make off with the bed linen. But I think he and his girlfriend are wanting to start afresh and choose things together, which is perfectly understandable. And these are the towels that I use in the kitchen. What am I doing here? I'm just racing through now, through the last bit of IKEA. It all gets a bit much after a while. It's a nice rug, but I don't need any rugs. And here we are in the candle section. My favourite part of IKEA is the candles and the lanterns. I've never seen so many candles. They're obviously ramping up for Christmas. And I went and had a look at the shelf on the back wall, because that's usually where they have all the nice new innovative candle sort of bits at this time of the year. I liked those sedge-coated glass tea light holders and those little black ones there that look like little waste bins. And the heather they had was absolutely beautiful. If you go to Scandinavia in the autumn and early winter, a lot of houses will have heathers like that outside them. And in Sweden as well, sort of large outdoor candles that I think are made of tallow, and they burn those in the early evening. It's very welcoming and lovely. And there's some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful decorative pumpkins. I usually buy some of those from Aldi to decorate for autumn, but I got some little munchkin ones this year. And yeah, they had their Christmas stuff out, and I'm going to edit that into a separate video, because I ended up with an hour and a half of footage, which I've managed to edit down to about 23 minutes, which is quite a miracle. And so these are the things that I came home with in the end. I decided to choose the wooden kitchen roll holder in the end. The black would have gone with my kitchen, but to be honest, it would have annoyed me constantly, because I prefer wooden things to black plastic things. I know it cost £4 as opposed to £1, but honestly, my peace of mind is worth more than £3. So I got the wooden one. And then let me just discuss the other things. I got a packet there at the back of 100 Fantastic serviettes. They're always very useful, and I always tend to grab a packet when I'm over there. I'm down to one packet now, and so having 2 packets will see me through Christmas and probably most of next year. Then that oblong plate, that was £2, and I've bought that to replace the Fauna Porsgrunn cake plate that broke the other week. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos. A spice jar fell out of the cupboard above, landed on my lovely cake plate, and cracked it into several pieces. I cannot afford to replace it. It costs £24 plus shipping from Norway. I cannot justify it, but I can justify £2 for that oblong plate from IKEA. Then just in front of it are 2 white washing up brushes at 50p each, which is a steal compared to what they go for in supermarkets. And then I bought that stirring fork. Actually, it's a salad server fork. It was £1, but I like using them for stir fries and cooking noodles and things. And the one I had has split and got thrown away earlier this year, so I've replaced it. Then just in front of the serving fork is a pasta bowl. I had 10 IKEA pasta bowls, and when I did an audit this morning, I only had 7. I can remember breaking one. I cannot remember breaking the other 2. It's highly likely I have broken them, or maybe somebody else has broken them. But anyway, I like to have 8 of everything. Ideally, I would prefer 10 pasta bowls, but I thought I've got 8 of everything else, so we'll stick with 8. I cannot remember how much that one was. I think it was £2 or £2.50. I've tried it against my 7 pasta bowls. It's not quite the same, but it's as good as it gets. And so I'm very happy to keep that one, because at least it means I've now got 8 pasta bowls. This round bowl here is for my son. He's already got one, and he eats noodles and makes soup bowls in it. I thought it'd be nice if he had one so that he and his girlfriend can both eat together. So that's for him, and I will be giving that to him later. Then there is a teacup and saucer, or perhaps a coffee cup and saucer. I do have 8 of those, but I've bought that one as a spare because they're always getting dropped. And I have noticed that I think they're phasing those out, because I did want the larger teacup and saucer as well, but it was not even listed on the shelf, and I have a funny feeling those are being phased out. So I thought, well, I'll get one while I can, and then, you know, after that we'll just have to see what happens. Then there next to it I got a cereal bowl. Again, I had 8 cereal bowls, but I've now got 7. I do remember dropping that one. I've tried this cereal bowl against the ones that I got from John Lewis, which are discontinued, and it's as good as it gets. It's almost the same, so I'm really happy about that. And then at the back I've bought 8, well, I guess they could be called dip bowls or rice bowls, and what I really wanted those for was for berries and ice cream, or small desserts, or even dips and nibbles. I did have 12 glass fruit bowls which have a matching fruit salad bowl, but they have got broken over the years, and I thought if I bought porcelain ones, white porcelain ones, then I would be able to use those for more things than just berries and ice cream or small desserts. I think my daughter's actually got the ones that didn't break. I've now got my 8 little white porcelain bowls. The only things I didn't manage to get were the big teacup and saucer, which I have a funny feeling may have been discontinued, which is a shame because I've only got 3 of those now, and I like things to be in 4s or 8s. And again, I couldn't find a replacement espresso cup and saucer for the type that I've got. So again, I've only got 3 of those, but I keep telling myself I actually don't drink espresso out of those small cups. The only person who does is my son, who lives in London. He's not up here that often, and when he does use those cups, he only uses 1. Why do I need 3? So why am I worrying about having 4, except there's now a hook empty in my dresser? But never mind, I'm really, really pleased with what I've got today, and that'll keep me going for a while. And I'm just going to have to get over the fact that I haven't got 4 big teacups and 4 small espresso cups, basically. So that's all I need, isn't it? That's all I need. So yeah, I think that's a really successful trip. So as you can see, I've been going through my kitchen cupboards and my my Pug Snug cupboards, just having a tidy out. I've got rid of quite a few things that I don't want. I've rationalized the contents, and I'm just replacing broken things and things that I've given away. Thank you very much for dragging around IKEA with me. I know it's not everybody's idea of how to spend a rainy afternoon, but this was a good afternoon to do it for me, because as you can see, I couldn't take the dogs out. I did that this morning, and obviously no gardening in weather like this. While you're watching this on Saturday, I'm going to be filming myself making cinnamon buns, and hopefully you'll be able to follow along with that on Monday as part of Monday Magazine. Well, it's lovely to see you, and I'll see you again on Monday. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye now. Bella? Bella? What are you doing? What are you doing, Bella? Are you being a good Bella? Why aren't you eating that chew that I gave you? I don't think you really like them, do you? You only want one because I give one to Kitty. Let's see what Kitty's doing. It's on her chair, finishing up her chew. She feels safe up there because Bella can't get her. So you can just see she's made quite a mess on that fleece, but that's Kitty's fleece, and that's Kitty's chair. And she sits up there to keep out of Bella's way. She feels happier when she's high up. Yeah, she's having a look under the table at what Bella's doing. Bella's down there, aren't you? Are you down there, Bella? So black and silky we can hardly see you. We can hardly see you. Anyway, I'll talk to you again on Monday. Have a lovely weekend. Bye-bye now.